Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet is the
Dr. Doreen is an expert in autism.
Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet.
Dr. Doreen Grand-Pichet is a visionary in the field of autism. Now you can ask her questions on Ask Dr. Doreen.
All right, now, Dr. Grand-Pichet, what would you like to say about nonverbal children being affected by COVID and perhaps regressing? We have a grandmother who, grandmother who says her granddaughter was potty trained, has regressed, and is now not using the toilet, and she's looking for help and suggestions.
Yeah. First of all, thank you, Shannon. And it's always lovely to be here with you and with our viewers. And it's amazing that we have so many people from around the world. So let's go at it and see what we can do. So first I want to say, I want to acknowledge the fact that COVID has been very, very difficult for all of our families, much more so. I think, obviously, COVID has been difficult for everyone in the world. But I don't think people recognize how difficult it is when you have a child at home with autism and you're dealing with all of the COVID issues. In fact, Shannon, this morning when we were speaking, I was going to suggest that the next article you and I work on should have to do with everything COVID has, how parents are dealing with COVID. And it is almost over, I hope, in most of the world, or start on the decline, but it is very difficult, and I want to acknowledge that. Secondly, though, I want to say to this grandmother, please don't worry, because especially with potty training, there does, with or without COVID, there are phases where potty training will regress or go backwards. It is not uncommon for a child who has been potty trained to decide that they don't want to use the toilet. You have to go back and just redo the potty training procedure. I'm not sure how you taught her in the beginning, not sure how old she is, but you just kind of repeat the procedure. And again, remember, to all of our viewers, when you want to change your behavior, whatever the behavior is, you reward good behavior, right? So you can assist the child, help them, and when they do actually use the toilet, really, really reward them. Now, toilet training, the regression of toilet training and certain other things very strongly suggest the child is trying to exert control. And that might mean that there are other aspects of the child's schedule that have changed, which, COVID would explain that. And they don't like it. And they're trying to exert control over their schedule, over their activities. The whole process of anything having to do with refusing to use the toilet or holding or that kind of stuff has to do with control. So I would say that don't worry, this phase will, try to get the child's daily schedule, maybe make it visual. Like a lot of times when my children have control issues, I will give them a schedule visually so that they know what's coming during the day. I saw another viewer had written something about anxiety, and I just want to comment that there's so much anxiety that our kids experience, and because of the other symptoms of autism, sort of like they don't communicate, they're isolated, etc., those symptoms of autism tend to overshadow anxiety. But at the same time, I think we have to kind of pay attention to the anxiety issues. Control, when we're trying to exert control, it's always an underlying anxiety about change. And so that's kind of the psychology of it. But in terms of behavior, don't worry. With potty training, it goes back and forth a few times before it stabilizes. So I would go back and just reintroduce the procedures again and reward highly.
Okay, and thank you so much for that. Thanks for watching Autism Live. If you found anything helpful in this video, please give us a like. In fact, make sure that you smash that subscribe button on YouTube and give us a like on Facebook. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram for important updates. And please download our free podcast wherever you get your podcasts. See you next time. Until then, give your kiddos a hug from me and one for you too. Bye-bye for now.
To subscribe, click here. And if you'd like to check out some more of our videos, click here.